going on, car guys and car gals? Good morning. Good morning. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And this is Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we are Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. And today is a very, very special brew for you.
Oh,
Fred,
man.
We got some great news
It's
for everybody.
a great brew, man. I could tell you right now inside this cup, I got something super delicious. It's the best Car Guy coffee I've ever had. And we're getting ready to share it all with you all.
It's getting better.
We have this guy. This guy's been doing it for a very long time.
You might have heard of him.
You might have heard of him. He goes by a little nickname called Alpha Dawg. It's I think you guys, there's not probably a car guy out there who hasn't heard of this guy, Jim Ziegler. He's been doing it for a long time. He's been training, mentoring, and helping dealerships grow beyond their imagination for decades upon decades. And he's doing it still with grace. He's at that moment now where he's grown. He's happy. All he wants to do is share his legacy with other people. He wants to share his story. He wants other people to know who he is and understand what he has done. Guess what? You've already done that, Jim. And we're so excited to have you here. We're excited to share your story some more for other people to hear what you're about. I know a lot of people probably know some of your story already, but I don't know everything. So I'm excited to get to know him and get to know about him and what he does and what makes him tick. So
dig in with this five-liner. We are pumped up about it. So do us a favor, everybody, as we get ready to pump things up, keep things moving, and make sure that everybody is grooving as we are brewing solutions with the Alpha Dawg. Here we go, car guys and car gals. Throw a coffee cup emoji inside of the comments. Let everybody know that you are brewing solutions today. I'm a little sore, but I can hold up a cup. Oh my goodness, car guys and car gals, we have the real car dog inside of the cafe, and he is the Alpha. Car guys and car gals, welcome Mr. Jim Ziegler.
There he is right there, guys. Yeah.
What's going on, brother? Good morning.
Best day of my entire life.
That's right.
Man, we are pumped up. It is the best day of your entire life. It's another day above ground. It's another day to be able to share your story. It's another day to be able to smile and love your family and your friends and your network. Man, what a great day this is. What a great opportunity it is to be the best version of yourself. So what's going on this morning?
I just got up, looking forward to the brew. I'm going to be spending some time with you guys. Yeah, but let's do it.
Yes, well, I love the language that you are already starting to leave here with. Folks, born ready. That's
no
right.
Doubt.
In the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol.
Oh, yeah. I love it. We are doing that, folks. We are laying that foundation that this Alpha Dawg has actually started to pour out for so many people in the car business. Enjoy just a small piece of our conversation before we got this show going. But, folks, there is so much wisdom inside of this brew today, and I want to make sure that you guys do your due diligence in making sure that the most people can benefit from this brew today, and that's to tag a car guy, tag a car gal, let them know who's inside of the room today. Brewing Solutions. This is live. This is the only time this is going to happen live today, and you can be a part of it today. And we want to make sure that we encourage you, but you get somebody else in here that needs a cup of coffee or needs something to energize them up, because we have a very, very special guest, and he is here with us, and he's going to deposit some great things. So again, tag a car guy, tag a car gal, and share. That's right.
So we have some people in here that are throwing some love already. This morning, we got Jason Grimes. Good morning. Jackie Grillo. What's up, girl? How you doing? Good morning to you. Travis Landry. We got a Facebook user. Let me figure out who this is, and I'll give you a quick shout out. I do know that there's Ron Garvrick, absolute huge fan. He thinks you're the best. He's going to be watching. There's a lot of people that we don't even see the comments because of the way Facebook works with this whole app. But I do appreciate you all for being here, and we'll get back to you guys soon. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to the Alpha Dawg, man. Yeah. Let's sit here and talk about what Alpha Dawg is all about.
Well, Alpha, anything about our show, we do a five-liner. If there's anything that we want to make sure we complete, it's that people leave here knowing the key things that it takes to understand the type of person that you are in your business.
Right.
To deliver a car, if they're not financing, all you need is a five-liner, and that's all that we need to make this delivery occur. And we want to make sure that somebody gets something out of today. And I know just by having you here, we're already encouraged. We're encouraged. If nobody else enjoys this, that's fine. We're the ones that are blessed to have you with us, and we're happy when we get the chance to dig into this five-liner. But it's 5 questions, key questions to find out about the person that keeps making this persona be what it is, the Alpha Dawg. Folks, this is a giant dog behind him right now, right? It's
the Alpha Dawg, man.
Alpha Dawg.
There are 9 dogs on the sled team. The one in front is the Alpha Dawg.
That's right.
And he's the only one with a view. What's the others looking at?
Come on.
Asses the whole way.
Exactly. And I live 30 miles from University of Georgia, the beloved Bulldogs.
Ooh.
DAWG.
I love it. Just like the Alpha Dawg, DAWG. And that's so right. You know, he's right. Alpha Dawg leads in the front, leads the way, knows where they're going. They have full sight of everything in front of them, nothing blocking their view. That is the Alpha Dawg, the person who knows their direction, the person who leads people where they need to go.
You got it.
I love that. You are the Alpha Dawg, and you've been doing it for a long time, and that's why we wanted to have you on the show. I'm so excited, and you took the invitation so graciously, man, and it meant a lot to me. It was real exciting. And when I told Lou, as soon as I got off the phone with you, I messaged Lou. I was like, Lou, I got Alpha Dawg to come on next Tuesday. He was like, what? You know, he was so excited. So we're excited to have you here. We're excited to get this thing going, man. But before we do anything, we always do the 3 Fs. Now, the 3 Fs is something that we live by. It is our mantra. You see it on the shirts we're in right now. It's forgive, focus, fly. Now, we have a little kind of slight dance move to it. We want you to be part of it. You can be part of the clique. It's kind of like the secret handshake to get into a fraternity or something.
I get to dance?
It's your right. It's your right to passage with us.
That's right.
So
that's right.
It's a forgive, focus, fly. The first thing is forgive. You're going to wipe all the unforgiveness off your shoulders. Then you're going to focus on everything that you want, where you want to go, how you want to do it. And then you're going to fly to where you want to go so you can keep growing. So let's do this. He's got the moves. He knows what's up.
He's already got it down.
You've been to a bar or a club or two. I promise you that.
So, folks, we're talking about the Alpha Dogs, and of course, they are the leader of the pack. And this is how they do that. They're more than just being the one that is the leader. The leader accepts responsibility.
Yep.
And sometimes that means that you have to wipe off the weight of unforgiveness. You have to focus on where you're going. If that alpha doesn't know where it is that they're going, everybody else that's following a butt isn't going to show up where they're supposed to show up.
True that.
And then at that point, they can fly, they can mush, they can pull, they can achieve great feats by flying together, and they keep growing. So let's do this on 3, everybody. Join me. Alpha Dawg is going to forgive, focus, fly in the cafe. Let's do this history, folks. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Yeah.
Focus.
Fly. Yeah. Hey, keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
That's it. You did that better than anyone else. The way he did that.
He did it with Superman fly.
He was like focusing and everything, man. You killed it. Thank you so much for bringing that energy to the show this morning. Man, this is what I'm talking about. I just know this is going to be a great interview just because you're already smiling. You're in a great mood. You're making me smile by your smile. That's what we call contagious. Smiles are contagious, folks. It's the most important thing you wear every single day. So make sure you wake up, put a smile on your face, and you go share that smile with the world. Yes. Because the whole world needs to smile. This world's crazy. There's a lot of crazy things going on. But once again, the only thing you have control over is your own world, your own attitude. So smile. Make sure you do that. So let's go, Jim. We got these 5 questions that we love to ask everybody. The first question is always the same question. The first one is your why, your purpose. What makes you wake up every single day and be the Alpha Dawg?
I'm a competitor.
Yes,
I came to win. I'm the last gladiator. I'm a gunfighter in the old Western. I gotta be fast on the draw, faster than, anybody wants a shot at the title, step on out. The best people in the auto industry are not belligerent. It's competitiveness.
Yes.
I came to win. And if I don't win, that's all right. If I can help you, if I can pull you up and you achieve more than I achieve. There was a point in life when Grant Cardone and I were neck on neck. And he chose a different direction. I chose another direction. And I celebrate his success. I have no envy. That's what makes me tick. I have no envy whatsoever. I wish the best for you. I don't want anything you have. I might want something like what you have, but I don't want yours.
Right.
Right.
Does that make sense?
100%. It makes sense
Completely
to me.
makes sense.
It's
So
because
that's what I'm all about.
there's so much out there, Jim. You know, we all can get a piece of this pie. There's plenty, you know, to knock someone else's energy down or their momentum down so you can gain is just the worst thing in the world. It's great to be competitive, and I love it. I love being able to shoot that jumper in someone's face and put it down in the last second, right? But at the same time, when someone does that to me, I might be upset, but I'm going to give them a high five for like, wow, what a great shot. So you always got to encourage that. But being the alpha dog means that you're always going to be the best version of yourself, that in your group, in your lane, you're going to show people the way. And that's what
I am the best there is at what I do.
No doubt about it.
Now get that. What I do. I'm the best there is.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the best. I'm absolutely the very best. And I don't particularly care if you believe that.
So why do you keep doing that? You've been doing this for so long. You can
37 years.
Yes, that's incredible. Why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep pursuing this enhancement to the industry and to so many other people? Why is this such a passionate pursuit of yours?
No doubt.
People that want to retire hate what they do.
Come on, say that some more.
I love what I do. I'm a thank God it's Monday sort of guy.
That's right. That's my kind of guy.
You know, I can't wait to be in the mix. I can't wait to do it. And after 47 years, I am a student of the industry.
That's right.
I have changed gears. I have pivoted. I have shifted paradigms so many times. I didn't stay the way I was. I didn't stick with principles that were outdated. I moved ahead of the wave.
Come on.
I'm teaching internet to young people. I'm 74 years old.
Bring that. Yes. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is a solutionary inside of the cafe, people. There's a competitive nature to each and every one of us that work inside of the industry, whether it's a small measure of competition or it's a huge measure of competition. But whatever measure of competition it is that you have, remember that it's not above the person next to you. It's to the person that stares at you in the mirror. That measure of competition is supposed to be laid out there for you to improve who it is that you are, who it is that you're becoming, who it is that you want to be, and the goals in which that you set before yourself. That measure of competition is going to be weighed out when you get to the other side of either a victory or a defeat. You're going to know.
Lou, hey, Lou, you know, when I was selling cars actively, we wore coats and ties every day. And I would look in the mirror every morning and I put on my tie and I said, by God, somebody's going to pay for this.
Dang right. That's right.
I came to get the money.
That's right.
I sold a car every day I showed up. And you know, I wasn't a 150 car guy like, say, a Frank Cremiti. I was a 30 car guy most months, many months. And Luther Coggin, my dealer, said one time, said, Jim, how do you sell 30 cars a month? I said, I sell a car every day I show up. At least one.
Right.
I came to do business. I didn't come to get to work and order my breakfast after I get there and then, you know, work my Sudoku puzzle. And no, I came to do business. I hit the ground running, man.
That's it. You know, when you show up to work, that's why it's called work. You know, the thing is, you can make work fun. You could do a lot of things and make it very entertaining, right? But the thing is, you got to show up to work. Don't show up to come for a social hanging out with your friends. We all can do that after work. It's actually more fun to do that outside of work than it is at work. The thing is when you come in and you put the work in every single day and you're super consistent with it, which I know you were, in order for you to be where you're at, you were all the things that Lou and I talk about. We talk about love. We talk about having faith, having honor, being adaptable. And of course, most important, being consistent with all those things. And you're doing that. And that's how you do it every single day. That's how you come to work and you sell on average 1 car per day. Now, you can do, like you said, multiple cars in a day and some day, you know, whatever. But if you come to work every single day with the intent of making a delivery, solving a transportation problem, and that's the only thing you're there to do, promise you will. But that takes a mentality, and a lot of people give up on themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They don't think it's possible. But man, it's possible. It's happening all over the country. You got Mr. Ziegler over here doing it since back in the day, was doing it when it wasn't even heard of, doing 30 cars a month, right? And then he was crushing it, doing it every month with faith, with the smile on his face, with the dang tie on, and making sure that when he shows up, if I'm going to dress up, I'm going to shave my face, and I'm going to look right, and I'm going to do everything. I'm not going to just show up and just hang out. I'm going to show up and show out. So that is what the Alpha Dawg is, and that's what the Alpha Dawg teaches, and that's what the Alpha Dawg trains. And that's how he teaches all other dogs to become Alpha Dogs.
That's right.
Is by doing those things. And I love that, man. And your confidence is my favorite thing about you, honestly. And that's what it takes. A lot of people don't realize that it's not cockiness, though it slightly is. It's not.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, well, yes, it
Damn
is.
right. Damn right, Jim. You're right. And it is. It's cockiness. But what I mean by that is it's that confidence about it. There's something about knowing when you walk into a situation that you can solve a problem, no matter what the problem is. You're good. You're golden. And it takes that. A lot of people, even if it's something you've never seen before, I promise you, Alpha Dawg knows how to get through it. You know how?
Fred, hey, wait a second. You remember the movie Smokey and the Bandit?
Heck yeah, I do.
And when he first met Sally Fields, she was a runaway bride, and she jumped into Trans Am, and they're talking, and she said, "What do you do?" And Burt Reynolds said, "I show off."
Oh my!
Why do I wear $100,000 on my left hand?
That's right.
Because I can.
Oh my God, I love that.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Dang right, Jim. Dang right. And that's exactly it. You know, you've earned that, and you are that. And I love it. So my bad.
I do.
Have some cockiness inside you, folks, if you want to be an Alpha Dawg. You cannot be somebody who is shy. You cannot be somebody who is afraid of a challenge. You have to be the challenge. You have to be that person that everybody is trying to challenge up to. Somebody, it's like, wanting to fight Mike Tyson. This is it right here. You got Mike Tyson in front of you. You want to go against the best. There he is. This is who you want to get. But you know what? Mike Tyson isn't scared of anybody. And Alpha Dawg 100% is not scared. Ain't scared.
That's right. And speaking of being scared, folks, there's been an exposure into the lifestyle of even a Mike Tyson, who one day is going to be on the show. And it shows some of the history in the past, what he went through getting to where it is that he is. So that's going to take us to question number 2 about this Alpha Dawg that's inside of the cafe.
Yes, good question.
Alpha, what got you in the car business?
I was broke, divorced, pissed off, and I was going to get a free car till I could get a good job.
I hear you.
I walked into a car dealership. I'd been a radio executive. I had been a nationally known DJ. I was a rock jock.
Nice.
WAPE in Jacksonville. I was the programs director for the dealership. Not programs director, the promotions director for the dealership. I put together all the dealership, all the radio stations promotions.
Wow.
And I was a DJ. And I got divorced. I walked into a car dealership. I said, I'd like to be a car salesman. And the third month in the business, now we're talking 1976. Lou, what year were you born?
81.
Yeah, this is 1976. You weren't even a gleam yet. 1976, man, I walk into a car dealership and said, I'd like to be a car salesman. This was my version of dropping out. I was going to hide out in the car business, commiserate myself. I was going to be miserable. And the third month in the business, man, I made $4,500. Nobody ever made that much money as a radio executive in those days.
Nope.
And I realized, hey, this is the good job. And that's why I get so pissed off when I hear people bragging about their side hustles. This is the good job. If you spent more time with your primary hustle, you wouldn't need a side hustle.
That is it.
I mean, this You're never going to be a success in the car business until you decide this is what I do. Get rid of distractions disguised as opportunities. Don't be distracted. This is what I do. Focus, intensity. If you don't have intensity, you don't understand what it takes to be a winner. Intensity, focus. And I saw focus as part of what we do, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, intensity, focus. You know, I made 2 decisions in 1982. I will be a success. Nobody listening to this broadcast, watching this broadcast, is as much a success as you are capable of being. You're not doing the job you're capable of doing. You're not as good as you could be. You can do more, be more, have more. But you got to focus on that. You got to make a decision. Success is a decision.
Yes, it is.
It's a decision. And the second decision I made was I would study my profession as surely as if I were studying for a master's degree in any other profession.
Oh, facts.
I am a student of the car business. Man, I know things. That's why I've spoken at 14 conventions and 98 state dealer conventions as the opening keynote. 98 state dealer conventions. And I never did it for free like most speakers. They paid me.
That's right.
Dude, I mean, he's speaking truth here, folks. You have to have commitment. You have to be focused. You have to have the drive. You have to be what you want. He talked about getting in this business as a joke, thinking, I'll just use this as a little side hustle, technically, until I get to where I need to be. I need a ride. I need something. He got in it, and he says these numbers, folks. Think about this. This is late 70s, early 80s, and you're hitting $4,500 in a month. Do you know what kind of life-changing money that is in those times? It's some life-changing money for a lot of people today. But you're talking back then, that's like making 10 grand a month. And when you, if not more, and when you look at numbers like that, that is something that makes you go, hold on a second. This business is real. My parents didn't even know how to make money like this. I'm doing this by just shaking hands and talking to people and showing them vehicles and just doing my job every single day. It's a pretty easy job. I don't have to get too dirty, you know.
Words are your toolbox.
Yes.
The things you say and the order you say and the facial expression, the body language.
Love it.
And this is all studied. I mean, I would study facial expressions in the mirror when I was selling. What do I look like to other people? What's my body language look like? What am I purveying to other people?
Man, he can speak in my language.
This is exactly the thing that we want to make sure that car guys, car gals, those, whether they're seasoned or they're green pea, right? Whether they're the most darkened of all beans or they are literally just picked still green and still becoming. Folks, the master is inside of the cafe confessing how he is still a student. This is a mentality that needs to never change with anybody that's trying to make their business better, make themselves better.
Yep.
He jumped into the automotive industry and he thought that he was going to sail off into the sunset with a free ride, right? Because he needed to have some wheels and the exposure to people. Here's the thing. You can't be that person you can't stay being that person that hates their life, doesn't think of anything positive, and then find yourself making $4,500 in the 70s inside of your third month in the car business. You can't do that unless there's a switch that happens of positivity inside of the head. You can't bring your personal dilemmas and problems and the issues that you have going on with your divorce and your previous career and all these inconsistencies that are now inside of your life. And now you're trying to find a track. You can't take that next up, bringing that level of garbage. It meant that he had to wipe it off. Right. He had to get it off of his shoulder and accept the keys to his demo. Get focused on becoming the best of the best car guy in the business, and not in just his dealership, but to be able to permeate that throughout the industry. Again, there's many of you that are fans of him, but he had to get rid of that junk until he then became the person that others go to say, pour what's in your cup in mine. As a matter of fact, let's pay to bring you to all the best in the industry and speak to them about what it takes for them to fill their cup up, for them to stay focused on making themselves the best, and everybody leaving there feeling like they are the alpha dog. That is some legacy stuff right there. We honor that, brother. We thank you.
Man.
For it.
And that's 100% right. He does. He honors it. We honor it. The car business is a beautiful thing. There's so much opportunity. He mentioned Grant Cardone earlier, and Grant Cardone, we all know Grant Cardone does. We all know what Jim Ziegler does. There's a few guys out there that we know that are really big names in the car business, been doing it for a long time, and Jim's right there. Everybody's watching him. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody's learned from him. We all got a little piece of his legacy. When you speak legacy, and that's what he wants to do, is now it's just legacy mode. And you've done that. A piece of you is inside me. Like, I know that I use some of your energy for me to be able to do what I'm doing today.
I hope so. Give it away.
Come on.
You look at Cher.
Yes.
Liberace.
Yes.
Cardone.
Ziegler.
Yes. It's kind of cool to be recognized by one name.
You know what, dude? That is very true. It is very
Ziegler,
true.
which one? No. Nobody says which one. I mean, come on.
Speaking of which,
I became a manager.
Yep.
People say, "Well, I make more money as a salesperson or sales professional," but guess what? There's more. General managers today make $500,000.
Yep.
The good ones.
Right.
Let's go for it. People say, "Well, I'm not all about money." Yes, you are. Quit it.
You're right, because the money makes everything easier. The thing is that you wouldn't do it for free. Come on, our job is way too much work, especially when you talk about general manager level. When you start to get to all that type of stuff, there's a lot of responsibility in that. Everybody's in the rush. I want to be a manager. I want to be a general manager. I want to do all these things. But when they get there, they don't realize that there is a lot of work entailed in that. It's the responsibility of beyond yourself, the responsibility of a team, of an energy, of a effort that we're all putting together. And that is you. That's your thing that you have to make sure you're in control over. So you don't have to worry about, hey, am I going to produce enough vehicles? No, the whole team has to produce vehicles. Paperwork has to get done. The service department needs to be running right. The cleanup department needs to be running right. The office people need to be making sure that all the documents are going where checks are getting sent out, bills are getting paid. There's so much stuff involved in that. But it's worth it, and you do get paid if you, like you said, you do it right. $500,000 is not uncalled.
It's amazing. I'm a high school graduate from the bad side of town with poor parents.
Right.
I can't even have a class reunion until all my friends get out of prison. And here it is. I'm teaching. I'm a high school graduate now. My business card says Jim Ziegler, CSP, HSG, right on my business card. High school graduate, HSG, right on my business card. And I'm teaching a course at Northwood University on how to be a general manager at a car dealership.
How awesome is that?
I'm teaching a course in a college, a 4-year university, on how to be a general manager in a dealership. Study your profession.
That's it. We're masters. We all got PhDs in it. You definitely, you're a doctorate. You wear that cool hat. You do all that stuff. You're definitely somebody that is that level. People don't realize that the education that you get from 5 years of this business, 10 years, 37 years of this business, when you have that kind of education, and you've done it that long, it's like when I meet a car guy, and I know I'm kind of slightly going off, but you meet somebody that was once a car guy or trying to be a car guy. Well, I sold cars back in the day. Well, why don't you sell anymore? Because if you did, you'd still be doing it. If you really were selling cars, you'd still be selling cars. And that's the funniest thing. You see that a lot, and you're like, you obviously worked at the wrong place. But this business can bring you a lot of joy. It could bring you a lot. I mean, I've been on the best vacations. I've been able to buy my wife and I our homes. I've been able to help so many people in my community. I've been able to donate money. I've been able to train people. I've been able to pour into people. I've been able to help people buy vehicles and change their lives and see them develop credit and then turn around and buy the vehicles of their dreams and homes. And you've seen so much from this business and been able to touch and share and make a difference in so many different lives. And that's
Tracy Myers.
Oh, of course I know Tracy Myers. I love the guy.
Okay, Tracy Myers, and you can ask him about the story. Somewhere in the early 80s, I was working with Atlanta Toyota. I was training their finance department. you know, I made my bones in F&I. The records I set in the car business were in finance, F&I. And I was training the F&I department at Atlanta Toyota. And I go in the conference room and there's a salesman in there. and he's got his cardboard box packed. He's ready to get out of the car business. And I sit down and I talk with this guy. And I think I motivated him. And I forgot about it. And about 2 years ago, Tracy Meyer says, Jim, that was me.
Oh, crazy.
Wow.
That was his first place. That's where he cut his teeth in the business. I know his dad owned a dealership, but we interview him also. And his first place was at Toyota in Atlanta.
And he said, and I'd forgotten all about it. He said, do you remember? I said, well, yes. So, oh, yeah, I do remember. He said, you talked me into staying in the business when I was ready to quit.
Wow. Look where he's at now. You know, and Tracy's somebody that I've been following for a long time. I used to do staffed events for a long time, and I used to try to get in his stores, you know, and so I've been following, you know, the Frank Myers Auto Center, you know, for a long time. And to see what he's done with that store, the energy he brings, I love it. He is totally on my level of what I like about the business. And I do a lot of subprime like he does. I do a lot of that. I'm a finance guy myself. I love what he does and how he's helping his community. He does a lot more than obviously the car business now. He has a lot of stuff going on. He's written books. He's put movies out there about the car business. You know the deal. You know, Tracy.
I know the deal.
Yeah. So he's an amazing asset to the business. He's somebody that has brought light to this business, somebody that is a true solutionary, somebody I'm looking forward to. We're going to be at his at his unfair master. There it is right there. We're going to be there. We're actually going to be able to do, we're going to be emceeing on the 5th, the second day of the thing. Me and Lou will be up there emceeing the show for him. We're going to be bringing our podcast there. He invited us to be a media sponsor. So excited to do that.
Amazing. I would mention him. I wasn't aware of that.
No,
yeah, so
it all works together, man. Everybody's brewing.
It's what's unique and what I've found now is that this car world, as big as it is, it's small.
What I'm trying to say is the tentacles of things you do reach way out. All these years, I never realized that was Tracy Myers. I never knew that I had helped him. I didn't know that always do something for somebody every day. That pay it forward thing, you know, the chick flick, you know, the kid died, women cried, but still, you know, the pay it forward philosophy. Try to do something good for somebody every day and not get caught doing it.
Wow. Write that one down.
Dude, all I can say is the Alpha Dawg is bringing some straight knowledge here for you guys. If you guys are not taking notes today, you guys are missing out, because I'm going to tell you, he's right. And it's crazy. You don't realize who you're touching today, that 20 years from now, what they could be doing for this world, the change that they could be doing. Just make sure you go out and you influence somebody, one person a day. Just try to make a difference, whether it's a smiling at them, whether it's going out and encouraging a salesperson. Hey, I know it's been a tough month for you, but I know you got it inside you. You just got to keep it going. Trust me, this business has so much fruit in here for you. You can gather so much fruit and just live off this fruit if you just encourage it and you help it and you fertilize it and you water it. So, man, way to be that way.
And you are who you hang around.
Come on.
That's it.
You are who you hang with. Look at who you hang with. Look at who your friends and associates are. Get rid of bad people.
Oh, man.
Embrace good people. Seek out role models. Seek out mentors.
Wow, that's so funny that you bring this up, because that's exactly what my third question is leading to. The third question that I love to ask, it's about the people that have helped you come up in this business, the mentors, the bosses, the general managers. Out of all the people for you, Jim, who has been the guy or the gal that has helped you get to the next level? Who was a person that sparked it in your brain to say, hey, Jim, you can be the Alpha Dawg? Who was that?
Well, the first time I realized that there was a business outside the car business is when I first saw Jackie B. Cooper.
Oh, wow. What a great name.
And Jackie and I were friends. I mean, we didn't live at each other's houses over the weekend or anything like that, but we were business friends. We talked often. And one thing I learned from Jackie, and it was a really great lesson, was Jackie never rewrote the book. And I've rewritten the book dozens of times because the business changed. I don't try to force the business into my mold. I'm a surfer on the edge of the wave. You know, I'm ahead of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just be ahead of the business. And We're in a major paradigm shift right now. Things are changing. Digital retail is real. It's here. Embrace it. Learn how to do it better. I don't like digital retail, but guess what? It's here.
Yes, sir.
Be better than everybody.
Come on.
You know, like when the internet first came in, I think, oh, damn. You know, the internet.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, damn. You know, now the internet is the worst thing ever happened to the car business. The internet never sold one more car that we wouldn't have sold without the internet.
Facts.
But all it did, but listen carefully, it redistributed who gets the deal. It redistributes who gets the deal. You got to be better at the internet than everybody else. It's here. Accept it. I have an article this month in Digital Dealer magazine. I'm a columnist for Digital Dealer. I've been a magazine columnist for many years. My article this month, excuse me, in Digital Dealer is called What Is and What Ain't. Read that article, please, in Digital Dealer magazine.
I'm gonna check it out later.
Listeners, authors, read that article.
Read the article because it talks about accepting what is, accepting change, and being better at it than your competitors.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So the one person you would say was the actual influence that was pivotal, somewhat like what you were for Tracy, right? You would say that would be.
Excuse me. The last couple of jobs I had in the car business, we're talking 1986. I was a general sales manager. I've been a finance director of multiple stores. So here I was. The last couple of jobs I had in the car business, I left because of pay cuts.
Yeah.
You know, I was out distancing my pay plan continuously, and the dealers were saying, "Well, this pay plan was never designed to pay that much." And well, I'm operating on the same percentages as my predecessors. I mean, come on. So I came home to my wife one day and I said, "I quit." She said, "What?" I said, "I'm going to start a consulting business." "You can do what?" "Jackie Cooper is doing a training business. I'm going to do a dealership consulting business. I'm not just a sales trainer. I'm a management trainer. I'm one of the most successful managers in this city, probably the world, maybe the universe. I might sell cars somewhere else. You know, I'm that good. I am that good. I'm going to consult dealerships." And she said, "Who else is doing this?" I said, "Nobody. I'm creating an industry," which I did. Look at all the consultants out there today. I was the very first one.
How awesome.
I created a whole industry. And, you know, and I got out there and I started doing this. And it was amazing. You know, I had made $1 million from Ford Motor Company the first year. Wow. You know, and I see so many people today wanting to be trainers and consultants, and all they've got is a string of Facebook credentials.
Come on.
You know, there was, you ever watch Happy Days on TV back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
With Richie Cunningham and Fonzie and, you know, just a whole bunch. You know, it's amazing. Richie comes into Arnold's hangout one day and he's all beat up. His clothes are all ripped. He said, "Fonzie, the bully beat me to death." And Fonzie says, "Whoa. You got to get right up in his face and you got to back him down. You got to get eye contact with him and you got to push your chest out." So Richie comes back into Arnold's the next day and he's beat up again. He said, "I did everything you told me to do." And Fonzie said, "Whoa, there's one thing I forgot to tell you." "What?" "You got to have a reputation for having done it before." There's so many trainers out there today that have no track record, no reputation for having done anything, but they are famous on Facebook.
It's crazy what social media is, you know, and how powerful that is too. You know, speaking of tools, you know, it is crazy how a Facebook thing can really validate people because of what they say. So sometimes it's hard, you know, looking into people and actually studying what they do, you know, watching somebody like you know, we could see your history, we know your history, you're pre-internet, you're after the internet, you've done it all, you know, so we know what you can do, what you're up with, what your strengths are, what if we needed help, how to,
you know, Fred, I'm one of the only nationally recognized consultants with a published resume.
That's awesome.
You can check me out.
Yeah, that's amazing. You do it, man. And that's once again why we have you as a solutionary on our show today. And we appreciate that so much. So yeah. So I mean, but the thing is, we talked about Jackie Cooper, you talked about that, but was there anybody that you can say that helped you get to that next level?
Oh my gosh. A guy that really helped me out was Dennis McNamara, who was a dealer at McNamara Pontiac, where when I got to Atlanta, that's where I started selling cars.
There you go.
And Dennis was not just my dealer, he was a personal friend. And then there, Brack Greer.
Okay.
Brack Greer, Ford dealer, gave me my first F&I brake. I mean, incredible. When I met my wife was an up. Where else are you going to meet women working 80 hours a week, I was on a B team. So I'm selling cars. I'm making really good money. I'm up to $5,000-$6,000 a month. Early 80s, I moved to Atlanta. I left Florida, and here I was. My credit was bad. I was a bar fighter, drag racer, I wasn't somebody you want to take home and introduce to mom and dad. So anyway, she says, I said, well, let's get married. She said, Jim, my parents are old Georgia family. There's hundreds of relatives here. We're like, going with the Wind family, She said, it's going to be kind of difficult telling them I'm marrying a car salesman. I said, well, what if I was a manager? She said, that'd be better. So I went to Brack Greer, the dealer, and I said, Brack, look, I got to be a manager. I know I'm your top salesman, but I got to be a manager. So he sent me to F&I school in January of 82 or 83. I became an F&I manager, and within 3 months, I set the world record.
Wow.
I was the first F&I manager in the universe to do $1,000 a retail unit. That's pretty well documented.
That's awesome. Wow.
In those days.
Yeah, you set a standard. It was different back then. You're talking most financing. It was a lot of cash deals in those days. There was a lot of
48-month financing, $13,000 cars, 2 F&I products.
No doubt.
That's I hit $1,000. $1,000 a retail unit. Nobody'd ever done it.
No, and I believe that 100%. And you set a new standard.
Yeah.
You made other people go, damn, if it's possible, I need to start doing it. And I appreciate you doing that, because being an F&I guy now, you definitely set some legacy in there for me to have to try to step up my game and try to make those numbers inflate, right?
In the 80s.
This is in the 80s. This is before 72 months, 84 months, making all this reserve, getting 20 different products you could sell on the backside of a deal. I mean, there's so many different things nowadays, from tire and wheel, life, and all this stuff that we can put on.
Credit, life, service contracts, and environmental packages. That's all we had.
Yeah. Crazy. And you were crushing it. You were breaking records, and you did that because you are the Alpha Dawg. You came in there knowing that you just want to be the best version of yourself. He talked about that earlier, guys. The thing is that he is the best at what he does. Period. He knows it. He believes it. And he shows it, and everybody knows it, right? So the thing is that he's the best version of himself. There's nobody else that's like the Alpha Dawg. No one else that could do what he does exactly the way he does it, as good as he does it. That is the only thing we all as human beings need to be, the best version of ourselves. If you are the best version of yourself at all times, there's no one else that could be better than you. That's it. Yeah, somebody can be better at that, but that's not you. That's what they do.
I will help you.
Yes, he will.
I will help you. It's not about the money anymore.
Right.
Money is for hookers and pawnbrokers. I have enough money.
Yeah.
Lou, do you know what enough money is?
Enough money?
What is enough money?
I say my answer to that is enough money is being able to have what it takes to give unto any good work that finds its way to you. So anybody that needs, you have what it takes to help. Well,
my version of enough money is when I bought this particular ring, this one. Today it's valued at like 35 grand. And when I bought the ring, I was at the jewelry store and I was looking at it. We just done our first big event for Ford Motor Company, and my wife and I had gotten a big paycheck. I bought her a Dior mink coat, which was acceptable in those days.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this ring. I've been looking at this ring forever. 5.5 carats, perfect stones. I mean, I've been looking at this ring, and poor kid from the west side of Jacksonville, I'm looking at this ring and I'm thinking, man. And finally I had the money, and I looked the jeweler in the eye and I said, I'll take it. How much is it? And I'd never said the words in that order before.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'll take it. How much is it? Enough money is when you don't have to ask how much something is to know you can have it.
Yes.
Right.
That's a great way of putting it. And he's so right. You know, and I love that, man. I love that you're out here trying to drop your legacy and you're trying to help people.
Yes.
You know, we had Elise Kephart on our show, and Elise Kephart loves you. And when we asked her that question that I asked you a moment ago, who was her number one mentor, the person that helped her get, you were the name. She was like the Alpha Dawg, Jim Ziegler.
I was a digital dealer, man. And I was the keynote speaker at Digital Dealer 2. And a couple of digital dealers ever since. 3 years ago, I was on the main stage again before I caught the cancer. And here I am. I'm on the internet, and I'd already been pioneering video in the car business. I had spoken at Digital Dealer, and I was showing people how to use a flip camera, if you recall. And I'm showing them how to use personalized video messages. And this is like 2003, 4, 5, somewhere in there. And I'm speaking at Digital Dealer, teaching people how to use video to sell cars and communicate with consumers. And the audience, I had 400 people in that audience. And I'm actually interviewing people in the front row, walking back up to my laptop, putting it in the laptop, emailing it to myself, and then showing it on the screen.
Right.
Nobody ever seen that. That was revolutionary. So I get on the internet, and I'm looking at YouTube, and there's this young woman, Asian American woman. I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, my God, she's doing what I teach better than I do it. So I called Elise Kephart. She was working at Sunset Honda in San Luis Obispo, California. And I called her and said, I want you to speak at one of my conferences.
Yep.
And the next thing I know, she's on the main stage, wowing the audience at my conferences. I'm mentoring her. I didn't give her talent. I just discovered her.
That's
you
it.
know, she had the talent.
But
I introduced her to the industry.
You did. You introduced her, and you built the confidence inside her to let her know that she was special. And she you don't understand. She 100% appreciates that, because she is special, and she knows she is an Alpha Dawg herself. I mean, you go out there and you watch what she talks about. She knows I'm the best on the phone. Can no one touch me on this? Can no one? And she will challenge anybody. I love that. That is, dude, you don't understand how much influence you put in her.
You know, I can show you 6 or 7 national consultants that I contributed to launching their careers.
There's no doubt about it, Jim. There's no doubt that you've done that.
I bet that there's even more, because you are exposed out there. There are people that are picking up from what it is that you're pouring out, and they're applying it, and they're never writing you a thank you note, right? They're never sending you a card or a bag.
I don't need a thank you note.
Right, you don't need that.
I
right?
know.
Put it out there. You know that people
I know
that you laugh when you see a lot of people out there in the industry, and at the same time, you also fan them, you flame them up, you get them energized too to do their thing, because just a word from you of encouragement can completely shift around the trajectory of somebody's career, like Elise, right? Like many other people that get the chance to have their time with you. You get to rub on them just a bit and let them get some of that fire that you have, and you've been consistently bringing to the industry. That's something that we honor.
Growth. I love that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is that you have, and it's out there. This is why he's brewing with us, folks. For those of you that are listening on the podcast, for those of you that are watching now, this is why the Alpha Dawg is with us. This is why we want people like him to be depositing into you what it takes for you to grow your own legacy. His legacy is not going to be yours. We may be grafted into his, right? But the seeds that we get to sow are going to be able to lend an actual testimony to our legacy as well. But we are growing and flourishing because of great people that have come before us. And if we don't honor that, it's very hard for us to be able to advance forward and be able to create anything for ourselves when you don't honor the people that have paved the way for you.
Facts.
But it's also important that we take something and we grow from it, because Alpha Dawg didn't look at everything and never take one on the chin. Alpha Dawg never ran through life doing what it is that he does and not have to learn. He asked for a management job so that he could get married. His pursuit, his love made him have to make a pivot inside of his career. So there's so many lessons that I'm sure that you can deposit and say that you've learned, and we can be here for hours talking and pulling from you all of the wisdom that you have, as much as we can contain.
Right.
But for right now, on our fourth question, we want to ask you, Alpha Dawg, as tough as it's been becoming the alpha that you are, and you can rate it whether it's hard or not, it's work, right? It takes work. But what has been the hardest lesson you've had to learn becoming who you are today?
Oh my gosh. I've crashed twice. I took a hard crash in 1991 and another hard crash in 2008. I had 40 employees. I had 6,000 square feet of offices. And the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, Iraq and Kuwait, the economy crashed. A lot of people weren't in the business then. They don't know that cars completely stopped selling. Dealers stopped hiring people. I had consultants all over the country. I had 40 employees. I had people out there with my American Express cards in their pocket, and I lost $1 million real cash that year. And I can recall in December and January of 1992, I've got $5,000 in the bank. I owe the IRS $100,000. I owe American Express $100,000. I got $5,000 in the bank, and I'm on the phone. I'm making 100 phone calls a day. 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling East Coast dealers. 8 o'clock at night, I'm calling dealers in Hawaii. I'm calling right across the time zones. And you know what? We made a deal with the IRS. We made a deal with American Express and the other creditors. And I laid off all the employees. It's just my wife and I, and one guy stayed with me. And, it was amazing, because in 14 months, we paid off all that debt. We maintained perfect credit, never took a hit on our personal or business credit, never dishonored any of those debts. And I came up with a phrase: there is nothing on earth you can't sell your way out of.
Come on.
So if I've got a salesperson out there right now, you got problems in your life, you can sell your way out of it.
Wow, I need to just sit on that one for a minute. That's a slow sipper right there. Because, folks, again, it's so easy to look at the Alpha Dawg and his success and, thousands upon thousands upon his palm or upon his fingers, right? And think, oh man, it's just, it comes pretty easy. We all know that don't come easy. Come on. We all know that this is hard work. We all know that you take it on the chin. We all know that when you drive fast cars, sometimes you crash. Sometimes you nick them a bit, right? That's an incredible story. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that, car guys, car gals. If you didn't
honesty, man,
get invigorated by that, you're asleep. You need to understand, sometimes in the growth process, you're going to hit the wall sometimes.
Fred, I was in the Battle of the Toughest.
Come on.
Which was the predecessor to the Ultimate Fighting. So I was in the Battle of the Toughest. All the car salesmen at the dealership entered me into this thing. I didn't enter myself.
That's
so here I am. I'm working out with the Get Ready guys in the Get Ready shop. I'm working out, and I was bench pressing 450 pounds. That's another story. But I was a pretty big guy, and I was a bar fighter, so it stood well. Go put him in the Battle of the Toughest. I got knocked out in 45 seconds. And later on that night, I'm in a bar, I'm commiserating, and I'm wearing my Sears and Roebuck bathrobe the salesman bought me, in my Adidas bathing suit. And this guy shows up with Everlast trunks. I knew I was going to lose. You know, so I got knocked out in 45 seconds after months of training. So we're in a bar, and all the car salesmen are with me, and everybody's commiserating that I lost the fight. And this guy walks up and says, "Hey, I saw you fight tonight." I said, "Yeah, that was me." He said, "You ain't worth a damn." I won that fight.
Yeah.
I won that one because, you know, there were 10,000 people in the Coliseum that night. There was only 10 of us in the ring.
That's right.
Oh, come on. That's right.
I lost in 45 seconds, but I was in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
that's so true.
That's the thing. Most people don't even step in the ring.
Right.
Most people talk about it, act like they're going to do it, but when it's time to step in the ring of life, they back out. And it takes an alpha dog to be able to not back out of some situation like that. You have to step forward. You have to take whatever challenge is in front of you and do your best, period. Sometimes you're going to knock them out, but every once in a while you're going to get knocked out. It's about what you learn from that knockout. What do you need to do next time? How do you make it better? How do you make it smoother? How do you make it easier? And Alpha Dog knows how that is. He knows what's up.
Hello, Jackie Grove.
That is such a great, yeah, Jackie's awesome. She is amazing. Yeah, but you're definitely bringing some great stuff here today, man. And I appreciate you for sharing all this stuff. We've talked about your why. We've talked about what got you in this business. We've talked about the people that have helped you come up in the business and the people that you've been able to touch. Then we just talked about a wall that you've hit in the past and what you did to overcome it, right? And how that helped you become the alpha dog today and why that is a trait that alpha dogs need to have. My last question for you today, it's what has been the greatest reward from all the things that you've done in this business? What has been the biggest thing that's brought you joy?
My wife.
Tell it.
My wife. We've been married 36 years. Lady and the Tramp. I mean, my God, my beautiful smoking hot trophy wife. I mean, my God, she walked in that car dealership and I saw her and almost didn't get her phone number. It was 404-446-7556.
I love it. You don't forget that number. That is always ingrained in his head. There you go.
I got that number and I memorized it. And we have endured. We have had our challenges. We built the business. We did 25 internet battle plan conferences, and
wow.
I've spoken at 98 state conventions, 14 NADA conventions, a number of other speeches. I've written for magazines. I'm an award-winning columnist. I mean, the greatest reward is the achievement. You know, I did an article this week about what it meant to me to be an Eagle Scout.
Yes.
You know, to have the principles that were instilled in me, you know, trustworthy, loyalty, honor. So many people today have no honor.
Come on.
If I tell you something, I will do it or make a sincere effort to do it. And if I don't like you, I'll tell you that too. You know, don't ask me a question if you don't want to really hear the answer.
Come on.
I've told many dealers, you know, I got a solution for your dealership. We're going to give you a golf bag and a beeper. We'll call you if we need you.
That's awesome stuff.
Man,
wow.
That's one. I love how much accomplishment there is there, but there's a poking that happens to all of us that definitely have a spouse. There's an honor that comes there that you don't hear from. You didn't hear in the industry long ago. So many people didn't swell their chest up about the value of their marriage.
Oh.
So many people didn't get pumped up about being able to promote their family.
I love my wife.
Oh, absolutely. But there's a shift.
God, she's I know how to make a lot of money. I have no ability to count it. That's why I was broken. I had bad credit. I have no ability to manage money. She's an accountant.
Yeah.
And by the way, did I mention she had good credit? A perfect marriage.
She made you step your game up, right? It took a literal promotion for you to get her hand in marriage. It took your career changing your title in order for you to gain her marriage. And did the winning stop then? Do you stop trying to?
No, I put her on a lease in the '82 Thunderbird for 5 years. I laid her away. I mean, I put her in the ditch. I mean, I made so much money on that deal; it was incredible. Then I made every payment myself.
Yeah. Paid it all back yourself.
You ever see the movie? You ever see the movie Home Alone?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. But I encourage you all, those of you that, again, that are listening, that are watching, that are hearing this and are getting blessed just by having the Alpha Dawg explain and point back to all the great accomplishments that he's had, have, and having. And it's still his wife that he points at as the biggest victory, as the biggest reward, that he still has that, because this business does not necessarily reduce the level of stresses that are on a marriage. Okay. If anything, it increases it, it amplifies it. And it's key that you always have that good partner that you can lean into, that is the balance to your scales, that does know how to count things.
Right.
You go make it, she go count it, she go spend it, and she go count it again. Right. All of that. and you want to love on that. But folks, there's so many great things that we can have, but the relationships, if anything, you may be single. Understand the relationships of the people that are in your life are still of the most value. Whether you can put hundreds of thousands of dollars on your ring or on your finger in the form of a ring, or you can have a tight, good bond with people that you really trust. The value is incredible, because the people that you have in your life are the ones that are going to really make you rich. It's not the dollars. We're doing the job for the dollars, but it's the people that you gain, the people that you keep, that truly make you rich. And him honoring his wife definitely blesses this married man, and makes me appreciate even more the woman that I am called to win each and every day. And I appreciate it, Alpha. Thank you so much for giving us that, Jim. You're an incredible inspiration to so many of us.
You really are, man. And I honestly, I'm so honored to have you here on the show today. I know that, you know, this 5-liner, it brought out a lot. We got to hear a lot about your story, your past. I've actually heard some stuff that I've never heard about you before. So I'm real excited that we had a chance to do this, because I'm taking some of your legacy with me, and I'm going to share it with other people. And this show is going to be available for everyone to watch. We're also going to be releasing this again as a podcast here within the next 30 days. So it's going to be broken into 3 pieces for all y'all just to listen to. If you don't want to watch it and you're not a big visual person, which I don't know why you're not, but if you like to listen, we're going to be on a podcast too. So be ready to hear all that. This information is golden. Great nuggets out here, gems as they call it on Clubhouse, right? And what he's been bringing today is a story of about how he started in this game, what motivates him in this game, what has been the tribulations of this game, but yet at the very end, what his greatest reward is. And it always started from the very beginning. It's like his wife, his family, and it comes all the way back up again. His greatest reward is his wife. So I love that, man. Thank you so much for sharing everything with us this morning, Jim. You are the man. That's right. Focus, my friend.
Focusing. That's right. And we're going to fly.
Jim, are you going to be a digital dealer this year, or are you taking the year off?
Not this year. No, you know, I had the cancer last year, and I beat the cancer.
Yes, you did, man. That's something we didn't talk about, but you know what I can tell you is
almost died 3 times. I spit in the devil's face.
Dang right, man. And
I saw the white light and didn't walk.
Well, I'm so glad that you stayed on this side of the light, and we appreciate you, because we need you to share your light more. We need you to give the light to other people, and your story. Your story is important for people to hear. You've seen a lot of stuff in this car business. You've seen all the different crashes of the car business. You've been part of it, but you also see the potential in the business in each one of those things. What I love the most about you, though, out of everything we talked about, is that you've been adaptable this whole time. You always understand when something new comes out, whether you like it or not. You have to be the best at it. And you've done that, and you do it. And that is my favorite thing that I've got from all this, was always be adaptable, always be the best at whatever's out there. If you're in the car business isn't the same way it was in the 80s, 90s, even last year. It's changed. And right now, like he said, this car business has a huge pivot going on right now.
Semper Gumby, always flexible.
Yes, sir, man. That's a new one on the show, folks.
Like
Semper Gumby. That's exclusive right now. So thank you for dropping all that, man. Thank you for being part of the show. We're so excited to have you. I know you have a busy day ahead of you. I know you got a lot of things, and we appreciate you for giving us your time. Lou, anything you want to drop?
I just want to make sure that those that are still with us right now, go ahead and drop us a little thumbs up just to make sure that everybody knows that you are feeling this session that we're having.
What a great show.
With the Alpha Dawg. Alpha, you've definitely done some great things inside of the industry. There's plenty more to come. I can't wait to continue to cultivate this relationship with you because, again, it's valuable, the people that we speak to, the ones that deposit into us and give us something to deposit into
Have me back. Have me back.
We definitely will.
We're going to have you. We do a follow-up show. And when we do the follow-up, we're going to catch up with you. We look forward to having the follow-up. Matter of fact, now that I got your cell phone number, so I'll probably be bugging you quite a bit just because I can feel like we're friends now. And I honestly know I can gain a lot of knowledge from you. And I would love to be able to spit game with you and see what I can learn from you and be able to elevate my level. So thank you so much for being here.
You drink coffee?
Yeah,
absolutely, because he's a car guy. That's right. So we're going to make sure that you get a cup of coffee, and because you're a great car guy, you need to be sipping on those solutions. But I want to make sure that everybody understands out there that the Alpha Dawg is 100% car guy coffee
approved. That's my man right there. I'm so glad that he was here. He is 100% approved. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing, folks. Go out there and go reach out to, send him some love today. Send him some messages. Let him know how much you guys appreciate him for sharing his story. Blow him up on social media. Let him know how great he is. He already knows. He doesn't need his head to get any bigger, but his heart can get filled up more. There's nothing better than having your heart. My head's pretty big too, so trust and believe. So,
damn.
Yes, sir. Well, you have a great day. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here, Jim?
No, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Man.
We're honored to have you. And
it was
an
honor
to have you again. Car guys, car gals, there's an entire day that you are designed to go conquer, and we want to encourage you. Put something inside of your cup that's going to make you better. That's going to get you energized. Listen to some of those incredible stories. Go back, rewind, listen again on your drive. We don't care what it is that you do, but get better. Me, the Alpha Dawg, my man, is having a great time with us. Oh, look at that, flashing it all.
Bling, bling.
Whatever it takes to do what it is that's great today inside of your world. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been Brewing Solutions with Jim
Ziegler,
the one,
the only Alpha Dawg.
That's right. He's been with us, and you have been too. Go Brew Solutions. Check us out inside of the Car Guy Car Gal Cafe. Go to carguycoffee.com. Get you some of this brew, but always be Brewing Solutions. Thank you so much.
Let's brew. Great show, man. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. You got my number. If you ever need anything, reach out to us. If there's something you want to promote, get on the show, let me know, and I'll get you on the show. We'll promote whatever you need, my friend.
Fantastic. This has been a lot of fun. Let's see what kind of results we get with the people coming in.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. You have a great day. Go crush your week.